Control the House of Representatives.
Political editor Chris Stirewalt. I am so proud of voters tonight who are thinking like Americans and not partisan.
More people are discovering News Nation.
Democracy wins.
See why News Nation is news for all America.
Hi, I'm Bobby Jones. I opened up Barbecue Bob to give back to the community I love. We have all your barbecue favorites covered in our secret sauce, smoked in our Big Daddy pit, and paired with perfect sides and desserts. You'll be back for more.
Here at Central Floor Supply, our warehouse is filled with name brand waterproof flooring and luxurious carpet. Like our Mohawk Smart Strand. Forever clean, exceptionally durable. Before you go to the big box stores, come check us out first. Call Central Floor Supply.
Local news that matters. This is KC24 News Sunrise.
Coming up on Sunrise, the Justice Department wants to question former Vice President Mike Pence about the attack on the U.S. Capitol.
Plus, U.S. troops celebrating Thanksgiving across the world. How they're bringing Thanksgiving to South Korea.
Good morning and happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to KC24 Sunrise. I'm Brody Logan.
And I'm Caroline Collins. Thank you for waking up with us on this Thanksgiving morning, the best Thursday of the year. Let's take a live look outside. Yeah. Looking over the airport, a lot of people were traveling yesterday. We hope you got to your destination safe. Ruben Contreras is in now. Check out this cool forecast. It's going to be a nice Thanksgiving.
It is. Just got to deal with some chilly temperatures this morning. Kind of hazy in some spots, but we are still talking about a little bit of fog, mainly in the South Valley. Visibility in Hanford down to 2 miles this morning. Visalia has actually improved to 5 miles, but points in between you might encounter high fog that's a little dense out there. Our Thanksgiving afternoon might feel a little like Easter with temperatures in the 70s for a good portion of the valley. We're about 10 degrees above average, but this is not record warmth. Records are actually close to 80 degrees. We are in the upper 30s to low 40s this morning. We are not under a freeze warning, so it's cold out there, just not as cold as the past few mornings. Up in the Sierra, temperatures stay cool in the afternoon, but 58 degrees in Shaver Lake, not bad this morning. It's 27 now, 61 in Yosemite Valley, and 69 for Oakhurst down to the foothills of Madera County. It does get really cold really fast next week. I'll show you those temperatures in a few minutes. First, for now, we'll send it back to you.
The Justice Department wants to question former Vice President Mike Pence about Donald Trump's efforts to stay in office after the 2020 election. Pence was present at some of the key moments when Donald Trump and his allies plotted to keep the former president in office. He also talked on the phone with Trump on the morning of the attack on the U.S. Capitol. The New York Times says that Pence is open to considering the DOJ's request. The DOJ and the vice president declined to comment.
The Federal Reserve is expected to raise its key short-term interest rate by 0.5 percentage point when it meets next month. Now, that's the rate that affects pretty much all consumer and business loans. Notes released from the Fed's November meeting indicate officials may also reduce the size of their rate hikes soon. You may remember it was 0.75 of a point the last time. Now, they're apparently doing this despite very few signs that inflation pressures are abating.
A bipartisan delegation of state lawmakers just got back from an overseas trip to Japan. Among the topics discussed, the high-speed rail.
Everyone loves the high-speed rail here. That's what I hear. Our Capitol Bureau reporter Eitan Wallace spoke with an assembly member about key takeaways from the trip.
You're looking at the future of high-speed rail in California, a project that has been under construction and development for several years now, and one that eventually seeks to connect Southern California to Northern California. Construction is already underway in the Central Valley, where the High-Speed Rail Authority hopes to begin service between Bakersfield and Merced come 2029. After that, the goal is to connect Anaheim to San Francisco by 2033 and San Diego to Sacramento sometime later, although that exact date has not been released. High-speed rail, often referred to as the bullet train, was one of several issues this bipartisan group of legislators addressed when they traveled to Japan this month to meet with various industry leaders and government officials.
I'm actually learning a lot and making a lot of great relationships.
Democratic Assembly member Alex Lee was one of the lawmakers who took part in the overseas trip put on by the California Foundation on the Environment and the Economy. He notes once complete, the bullet train route will go directly through his district in San Jose, which is why he made the bullet train a center point on his trip to Japan, where high-speed rail has long existed.
Japan embarked on the project of high-speed rail starting in the 1950s. And they've had ups and downs, of course, themselves, and a lot of big, big changes. But what we're trying to achieve in California is to catch up to the rest of the world. Catch up.
But high-speed rail has faced its share of opposition in California. The state Senate Republican caucus even created this landing page online to argue the project is too expensive, unreliable, and inefficient. Still, Lee says he's happy the trip to Japan brought together members from both sides of the aisle and their Japanese counterparts to discuss not just the bullet train, but also energy, the economy, and the environment.
We need to catch up. We need to catch up. And I'm really hopeful that we can learn and be humble, as sometimes Americans aren't. So us to be humble to learn from our neighbors across the Pacific.
Reporting here in Sacramento, Eitan Wallace, KC24, local news that matters.
Today in South Korea, it seems like everyone has a reason to be excited, although they don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they are playing in the World Cup right now against Uruguay. And hey, it's still 0-0. They haven't, no one scored yet, so they're not losing, they're not winning, you know. But U.S. troops in the region, they're taking a moment to celebrate the time-honored tradition of Thanksgiving. U.S. troops stationed at an Army base in South Korea celebrated the Thanksgiving holiday with a festive meal today. Senior U.S. Army officials served the traditional Thanksgiving feast of roast turkey, lobster, stuffing, green beans, cakes, you name it, to the soldiers based in Camp Casey, one of the several U.S. Army bases near the demilitarized zone. Just under 29,000 U.S. troops are stationed in South Korea, which has the United States' third largest military presence outside our country. I would guess the other two are Germany and Japan, but I really don't know. KC24 Sunrise Time, 6:06.
Still ahead, we pay tribute to a man who was a big part of Thanksgiving football. More on John Madden's legacy.
Oh, boom, boom.
That's right, they would reward the giant turkey legs at the end of the game. First, your 40-allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. The top lawns are elm and juniper. We are the low rains through Sunday. I'll show you the spring-like temperatures for your Thanksgiving holiday as KC Sunrise continues.
Now YourCentralValley.com pros who know.
When a dental office has its own on-site laboratory, they can make your teeth while you wait. Call Better Life for details regarding their on-site lab today.
For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
Know an inspiring educator? Go to YourCentralValley.com and tell us. Each week, KC24 News honors one exceptional local educator. They win supplies for their classroom and are added to the Teacher's Honor Wall at Fresno State. We applaud, we honor, we celebrate. Educator of the Week, Wednesdays on KC24. Brought to you by Educational Employees Credit Union, Fresno County Superintendent of Schools, and Tulare County Office of Education.
Winter nights come alive with wonder at the Fresno Chaffee Zoo. Experience the all-new Illuminature Spectacular, featuring handmade Chinese lanterns of your favorite animals. Tickets are available now.
Choosing can be difficult. Corner Bakery makes it simple with our Choose 2. Mix and match any 2 kitchen-crafted favorites to build your perfectly paired meal. For freshly prepared, artisan-inspired choices, visit one of our Valley locations in Fresno and Visalia today.
Hi everyone, I'm Dwayne Peralta, President of Personal Express Insurance. For nearly 40 years, Personal Express has been known in the Central Valley for our great rates. But our customers also come with us and stay with us because of what we like to call our local advantage. I'd like to invite you to stop by any of our locations to find out just what the Personal Express local advantage means to you.
With offices in Fresno, Clovis, and Visalia. Great rates with the local advantage. Personal Express Insurance.
Registration for Fresno Unified's free winter camps is now open. Grades K through 12 can enjoy camps ranging from arts and music, pickleball, rock climbing, and so much more. Camps will begin December 19th through January 6th. This year, you can register using your cell phone. Please check with your school to make sure that your contact information is up to date so you don't miss a thing. Registration closes November 25th. Visit FresnoUnified.org to learn more.
Black Friday sale going on here at Quality Furniture. Come visit us right now. We have this beautiful custom sectional with the nice high-density foam on the cushions with over 300 colors to choose from, all for $29 a month. We have this nice Ashley solid wood dining table with the matching 6 chairs, a hidden compartment on the bottom of the base, and a nice storage drawer. Get this set for $32 a month. 4 years with no interest and no money down. With good credit, bad credit, or no credit, we'll get you approved in our 2 locations in Fresno and Visalia.
Make the perfect season pick in the Pro Football Challenge. Take on our sports team, win a trip to Hawaii, or $5 grand. and weekly prizes from Kebab Land, powered by Serrano's Furniture. Enter at yourcentralvalley.com.
Well, welcome back on this Thanksgiving morning. It is chilly out there, not as cold as the past few mornings. A little hazy, but some parts of the South Valley seeing some patchy fog. Take you outside to show you a live picture from our Valley Cam, powered by Eagle Mountain Casino. This one outside our studios. We're looking at the Fresno Air Terminal. If you're still flying out of Fresno last minute for Thanksgiving, you're going to be all right. No major issues for the West Coast. 40 degrees in Fresno, 33 in Hanford, 36 in Merced. We're not under a freeze warning, just some low visibility. That's the only issue this morning. We are going to make it into the 70s for Fresno. Unseasonably warm for this time of year, and of course other parts of California in the 60s. If you're in the Los Angeles area, you'll deal with some windy conditions through the Grapevine and the Cajon Pass. And if you're staying here at home for the Turkey Trot out at Woodward Park, be a little chilly, some patchy fog. Other than that, temperatures in the 40s, and we'll be in the 70s this afternoon, 60s for the rest of the holiday weekend. Next week, it gets really cold. We'll show you those temperatures in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
Well, Thanksgiving and football are a longtime tradition for Dallas Cowboys fans. While the team gets ready for the annual Thanksgiving game, the chefs inside AT&T Stadium, aka Jerry World, they're working to make sure the fans are well fed. For fans in the suites, there'll be a full turkey dinner with all the fixins. Fans in the stands will get a bowl with all the holiday favorites. And a handheld pie stuffed with everything. As you might expect, cooking for thousands is a bit of a challenge. I will say, I covered a Thanksgiving game when I was in D.C. It was in Dallas at Jerry World, and in the media press box, they had everything. They had a turkey with a carving station.
Wow.
They had beer.
They really do feed the media, huh? Well, late last year, NFL coaching and broadcasting legend John Madden passed away. For more than 20 years, he was a big part of Thanksgiving Day football.
The broadcast of all 3 NFL games today will honor Madden's impact, particularly on Thanksgiving. NBC Sports talked to several people who knew Madden very well about his holiday legacy.
When Coach Madden is doing the game on Thanksgiving, it is a very, very big deal.
You just wanted to perform at your very best because the world is watching, and knowing that Madden will be calling the game, that just made it that much more sweet.
We have the tradition of Thanksgiving and football. Some things just go together greatly.
They sure do. I think one of the best things Dad did with the Thanksgiving games is fill them with traditions. He was just that kind of guy, always thinking of ways to celebrate the game.
Hey, yo, I want to talk to John Madden.
I think that's how the Turkey Leg Award for the game's MVP came about.
Take those legs off there and hold them up.
As a running back, you can never have enough legs, so
I didn't necessarily want to take a bite of, the strange-looking bird, but obviously, receiving the honor from Coach Madden always meant you had a great game.
Well, some of those Thanksgiving games Coach Madden called were right here on NBC.
And we have the final game of the holiday right here. Patriots paying visit to the Vikings. That is going to be on at 5 o'clock.
See, we're not the only ones working on Thanksgiving.
That's right.
There's lots of hospital workers, NFL players, broadcasters. There's a lot of us here, right?
Yep. Hey, the people who work at the stadiums.
Yeah.
Those folks.
Everyone. There's so many people that work the holidays. KC24 sunrise time is 6:13.
Still ahead. People at the Pavarello House, where they are giving back to Central Valley families in need of a Thanksgiving meal. Gabe Salazar is live as they get ready to give out hundreds of meals.
This is the place I love. There's nowhere better than the place I'm from. Yeah, this is where my world goes round. I've got my local on. The Central Valley is where I belong. KC24 is where I go. Turn it on and it feels right. Yeah, it feels like home. I've got my local on. What I want
this holiday, you can gift more and spend less at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and HomeGoods. With more cheer to go around, more presents to impress, and more joy for your money. TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and HomeGoods. Spend less, gift more all season long.
The simplest things in life can be difficult when you suffer from leg pain caused by venous disorders. South Valley Vascular offers the latest in minimally invasive procedures with little to no downtime. Get back to enjoying a full and active lifestyle. Call South Valley Vascular today.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get $1,500 total cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash. Visit your participating Central Valley Chevrolet dealers.
The most common form of dementia is Alzheimer's. At Oasis Adult Day Program, we really focus on keeping your body and mind moving. So the more cognitive stimulation and exercise you do, the slower Alzheimer's or dementia progresses. Our whole purpose is to offer a safe and engaging environment so your loved one is able to have fun while you are getting your much-needed break. To learn more, call 559-224-9121.
The Black Friday sale is on at More Furniture, and we've got incredible values to maximize comfort and value in your living room.
Get this durable performance fabric dual power sofa for only $12.95.
Or choose this dual power reclining sofa with plush, comfortable fabric in 2 color options for only $12.95.
No matter what you choose, you'll always get the best price at More Furniture during our Black Friday sale.
Preview all sales specials online at morefurniture.com.
Get local news that matters at the new YourCentralValley.com and your certified accurate forecasts every day. KC24 News is always available at YourCentralValley.com. It's the grand holidays at the Tulare Outlet Center tonight at 9 p.m. on KC24.
Welcome back on this Thanksgiving morning. It is cold out there, not as cold as the past few mornings. And if you're going to be out and about doing some last-minute grocery shopping, or if you are traveling this morning, just a little bit of patchy fog in the South Valley, and that you're pretty much good to go. Southern California is going to be dealing with some windy conditions. So if you're headed south, be prepared for that. But the rest of the state actually looking pretty good for the holiday. 40s for most areas, upper 30s in Sacramento, 50s in Las Vegas, and mid-60s for Palm Springs, Fresno at 40 degrees, 38 in Madera, 33 in Hanford, and 38 in Visalia. So just about everyone's above the freezing mark. We are not under a freeze warning. Some patchy fog towards Hanford, where visibility is down to 2 miles this morning, 5 in Visalia, 6 in Madera. It's mainly due to haze out there. Quick look outside to our Valley Cam powered by Eagle Mountain Casino. This one at the Tulare outlets in the South Valley. In Tulare, things look just a little hazy, a little foggy out there this morning. That's it. All is calm. This place is going to be really busy starting tomorrow with holiday shoppers. And high pressure building over us, taking control of our weather pattern. It's going to keep us a little warm for this time of year. Not record warm for the holiday. We're a good 10 degrees above average, but we're still a good 10 degrees below records as this ridge builds and expands over the west coast. As it does that, it creates a strong offshore flow for Southern California. So the Los Angeles area, especially in the passes and canyons, going to be dealing with some windy conditions. And if you're traveling south through the Grapevine today, you'll be dealing with a high wind warning. There could be some wind gusts at 50, maybe even 60 miles an hour. That's in effect until 3 o'clock this afternoon. Other parts of the region under a wind advisory through 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, even the Cajon Pass on the backside of the Los Angeles area. And then there's a fire weather warning because of the extremely dry conditions. Humidity levels down to 10%. Of course, it's just dry up and down California. The roads are starting to get a little busy out there, even though a lot of people have the day off. This is what it looks like right now from 99 and Avenue 7 in Madera County. We're looking towards the San Joaquin River. If you look closely, you do see a little bit of fog developing over the river. That's not unusual. If you're in low-lying areas towards bodies of water, you're still going to see some patchy fog. 70 in Fresno today. Average is 61. Today's record 78, so back in 1939. South Valley temperatures a spot or two still in the 60s. That's the case for Delano and Pixley at 69 degrees. 71 in Huron, 71 in San Joaquin, 66 for Squaw Valley, 67 in Aubrey, 61 in Yosemite, 69 for Mariposa, and 70 for Merced, 69 for Los Banos. 70 forecast shows we might sneak into the 70s tomorrow, but we're going to have some clouds move in. Still going to have some patchy fog in the morning, but the clouds might keep us in the 60s. Just a little bit cooler Saturday into Sunday. It's still going to be a little warm for this time of year. And then on Monday, our chances of showers are pretty much dying down. We might pick up a few sprinkles, but we're going to have highs in the 50s next week, and overnight lows will be back in the low 30s. Your regional forecast available anytime of the day. Just go to YourCentralValley.com to check it out. For now, we'll send it back to you.
Well, on this chilly Thanksgiving morning, the Poverello House is preparing hundreds of warm meals to Thanksgiving meals to those who need it the most.
Gabe Salazar is live at the Poverello House as staff and volunteers are preparing all of these meals. Gabe, good morning and happy Thanksgiving to you.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. So it's a day to give thanks, but for some, it's a chance to give back to those in need. And you can see that in full action here as the Poverello House is preparing for the Thanksgiving luncheon. Not only are they preparing the turkeys and the mashed potatoes now, but on the other side of the kitchen, they're actually preparing the breakfast for people in need as well. And they span from different ages, people in their 20s, to my buddy Josiah here. He is 9 years old, and he woke up. What time did you wake up this morning?
4:30.
4:30. What made you want to get up at 4:30 in the morning and come out here?
To feed the homeless and just to be here to help people.
Yeah, and you're demoting the turkey right now and preparing the meals. How does it feel to know that you're going to be helping out around 300 people today?
It helps me feel glad and happy for them.
All right. Such an amazing kid right here. Good job. And so joining me now on the other side of the kitchen is Sharif. So you are one of the new board members of the Poverello House. What made you want to get involved in the mission of the Poverello House?
Yeah, no, so Poverello has been around for 49 years, going on 50 starting next year. Long storied history, well-known organization throughout Fresno and Fresno County. It's a great mission statement overall, and I just wanted to be a part of it. So.
Yeah, and you guys rely on volunteers largely and also from donations, right? So how can people donate here?
Yeah, just come on by. We actually have a drive-up donation center on campus, you know, especially with the fall and winter seasons and it being cold weather nowadays. We're accepting all donations, primarily pillows, blankets, anything to kind of just give the homeless and just get them, you know, warm throughout the night. So we're accepting all donations.
Yeah, so you guys are receiving physical items, but also monetary donations as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Money, yeah, anything basically. Yeah, anything. You know, if they want to donate, it's on the website. You know, Poverello.com, Poverellohouse.org. I'm sorry, but yeah, just anything. You know, we'll take it. We'll accept it. So.
Yeah, it just sounds like a group of people selflessly giving to those in need, especially for the holidays, but 365 days a year. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Gabe. That kid was amazing.
Yeah, that's so awesome. He's up so early too. I mean, he doesn't have to be up. He doesn't have to be awake. They're off school. To see that is so incredible. Thanks, Gabe.
KC 24 Sunrise Time, 6:21.
Still ahead, a giving act by a fraternity in Texas this Thanksgiving. We have the story after this.
Your health is our focus. That's why we're telling stories that inspire, educate, and promote wellness. Stories straight from our own community. Join us each week for MedWatch Today, Saturday on KC24.
Fall allergy season has started with grass and weed pollen and high levels of mold in the air. Air pollution makes allergy symptoms worse. Boz Allergy knows coughing, wheezing, and headaches due to allergies and asthma can mimic COVID-19 symptoms, and flu season is starting. Come to Boz Allergy at the first sign of symptoms. Rest assured we'll diagnose and treat you accurately. Stay safe and stay healthy. Contact Boz Allergy today and breathe easier.
The doctor will see you now. But do they really? Do they see all that you are? At Kaiser Permanente, all of us work together to care for all that is you. Kaiser Permanente.
Don't let the insurance company push you around. Get a law firm that can push them around. The team at Jacoby & Myers has gotten our clients up to 10 times the insurance company's original offer. Don't settle for less. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get $1,500 total cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Table Mountain Casino Resort is the place to be this November. Join us all month long for the Big Fat Cash Turkey Bash, where you could win a share of $335,000 in cash. And don't forget, we are now taking reservations for our brand new resort hotel at tmcasino.com/stay. Your next adventure is at Table Mountain Casino Resort.
We all want the best for our planet, but sorting food waste at home can be confusing. Mid-Valley Disposal is here to help our communities with the recent changes to green waste disposal. Our state-of-the-art composting facility combines food scraps and green waste into nutrient-rich compost. That keeps food waste out of landfills, an important step in contributing to a cleaner and healthier Central Valley. We promise to do our part as you continue to do yours. Learn more at midvalleydisposal.com.
Oh, welcome back on this Thanksgiving morning. It is chilly outside. Temperatures are cold, just not as cold as the past few mornings. Plus, we are not under a freeze warning for the Central Valley. Quick look outside to show you current conditions from Caltrans. This is their traffic cam at the 99 and Shields Avenue in West Central Fresno. Traffic moving along. It's holiday-like. These people on the roads are probably heading out of Central California and obviously not to work or school. If you're traveling, you might encounter some patchy fog in the South Valley. In Las Vegas today, 66, 60s for Morro Bay and Monterey, then upper 60s in Sacramento. Here in the Central Valley, just some patchy fog this morning. Skies will be hazy this afternoon, but we are talking about highs in the 70s for the holiday, and we'll be in the 50s at 8 o'clock this evening under mostly clear skies. Into the rest of the holiday weekend, a little bit cooler, but much colder next week. We'll have that extended forecast in a few minutes. First, for now, we'll send it back to you.
Well, 'tis the season for giving and giving thanks.
A group of Texas fraternity members are giving back to their community in a meaningful way this Turkey Day.
Everybody is getting ready to bring their families and friends together, and we just want to make sure that as they're giving thanks and, being able to celebrate, we want to be a part of that.
Members of the Rho Beta chapter of Omega
Sci-Fi. Omegas, baby.
Wow. Fraternity are picking up the bill for these Houston residents. Groceries for what some would consider one of the most important dinner all year. In between recent hard times and inflation, this good deed is starting off the holiday right.
This blessing that they gave us, it can never repay anything that I can do for y'all. And I promise you that. And I thank y'all.
Keep doing what y'all do.
I thank them so much.
That's so awesome.
That's amazing.
Wow. Good for them. What good work. KC24 Sunrise time is 6:26.
Still ahead, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It's underway, and some familiar faces, maybe playing some California-inspired songs.
Woo.
By familiar faces might be some familiar tunes. Local band in the Big Apple.
Fresno County Superintendent of Schools and KC24 are committed to telling stories.
Featuring educational excellence in our community.
Education Matters, Mondays at 6:30. Made possible by EECU, Fresno State, and Chevron.
Throughout your journey, you have taken care of yourself and don't expect to stop now. Maintain that active, healthy lifestyle by staying on top of your healthcare needs and let Sante Physicians be your guide. If you're eligible, open enrollment is now available and only takes a few moments to sign up. Sante Physicians is here for your Medicare needs with more resources and locations than any other network in the Valley. Your doctor is here to provide you with the highest quality care. Sante Physicians, the best doctors, the best choice.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 selling nerve care company. Nervive contains alpha-lipoic acid to relieve occasional nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort. Try Nervive Nerve Relief.
It's nothing.
Sounds like something.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto-Bismol coats and soothes for fast relief when you need it most.
T-Mobile covers 99% of people in America. So when we say we have your town covered, we mean it.
I'm able to go to any of the small towns and still pick up great service.
And great coverage is just the beginning. Families and small businesses can save up to $900 versus Verizon.
We actually save way more now than we did with our old carrier.
The amount of money you save with T-Mobile, it's just awesome.
Plus, with our T-Mobile Price Lock, we guarantee we won't raise the price of your rate plan. Switch today.
At Central Floor Supply, we have the floors your home has been dreaming of. Our warehouse is filled with name brand, waterproof flooring, and luxurious carpet that will make your home the envy of the neighborhood. Like our Mohawk Smart Strand, forever clean, exceptionally durable. So before you go to the big box stores, come check us out first. Save time, save money, and save the headaches. For the best in flooring and real customer service, call Central Floor Supply and see why so many people say you gotta go see James.
Light up your family's holiday season with the all-new Illuminator Spectacular at the Fresno Chaffee Zoo. Celebrate with holiday-inspired live entertainment, refreshments, and photos with Santa. Tickets on sale now.
KC24 News is brought to you in part by HR Mobile Services. Local news that matters. This is KC24 News Sunrise.
Ahead on KC24 Sunrise, CHP's maximum enforcement period is underway in the Central Valley.
Give yourself enough time to get to your families or any location you need to go to.
Officers are looking for speeding, drunk, or even distracted drivers during this Thanksgiving weekend.
Plus, members of the Clovis North Marching Band are performing in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade this morning.
This is a memory that's going to be theirs for forever.
How they are showing their California spirit as they march in the Big Apple right here on KC24.
And the Pavarello House is preparing hundreds of Thanksgiving meals to those who need it the most. We are live as they get ready to serve hundreds of families in the Central Valley. KC24 Sunrise starts now. Well, good morning. Welcome to KC24 Sunrise. I'm Brody Logan. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. I'm Caroline Collins. Thanks for waking up with us on this very special Thursday morning. Let's take a live look outside. 6:31 a.m. Maybe you have your turkey in your oven already. You can smell it in the house. It's Thanksgiving. Man. You're looking at the airport right now. It's cool outside now, but by the time your guests start arriving, it's going to warm up. Ruben Contreras is in now for the check of the forecast.
Have that Thanksgiving dinner outside this afternoon because we are talking about some spring-like temperatures. It's kind of hazy in some parts of the valley, but other parts dealing with some patchy fog. The lowest visibility we have right now is in Hanford at 2 miles, but points between Fresno, Hanford, Visalia might be a little bit lower than that. We're not dealing with frosty conditions. We're above the freezing mark for most of the valley, and this Thanksgiving and this afternoon, it's going to be unseasonably warm. Highs right around 70 degrees for most of the valley. Average is 61. We're well above that, but today's records are close to the low 80s, and of course, we're in the 30s and 40s now. Our temperatures fairly comfortable for this time of year. Feels a little more like Easter in the afternoon than it does Thanksgiving. And up in this year, it stays cool in the afternoon, but 58 degrees in Shaver, not bad at all. 61 for Yosemite Valley and 69 in Mariposa from Madera County foothills. Next week, though, it gets really cold really fast. We'll show you that extended outlook in a few minutes. First, for now, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Ruben. The FBI searched the home of the man who shot and killed several people at a Virginia Walmart. Investigators continue to look for a motive. Police think that 31-year-old Andre Bing died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Bing, a store manager, first opened fire in a break room where employees were on the overnight shift preparing to start work.
The victims in the shooting have been identified as Tianka Johnson, Randall Belvin, Lorenzo Gamble, Brian Pendleton, and Kyle Pyle. The sixth victim is 16 years old. His identity has not yet been released. 4 other victims remain hospitalized.
Well, no bail for the suspect in a deadly shooting at an LGBTQ nightclub in Colorado. 22-year-old Anderson Lee Aldridge appeared on video at a court hearing Wednesday. He slumped over a chair, you see him right there, with visible injuries to his face and head. His mugshot shows them in more detail. Aldridge is accused of killing 5 people and wounding more than a dozen others before bar patrons grabbed his gun and subdued him.
Authorities say that they are continuing to process evidence gathered from the home where the students were killed. Police confirming the victims were stabbed multiple times in their beds. They believe that the attacker used a fixed blade knife. Some of the victims did have defense wounds. Police say that there was no sign of sexual assault or disputed online reports that the victims were tied and gagged. Police say that they are pursuing every lead.
A Visalia motorcycle officer hit by a sedan while trying to stop a robbery suspect. A man was walking toward the Chase Bank on Moody Boulevard. This happened Wednesday afternoon. He was carrying a bag of money. Now, police say he was confronted by a person who forcibly took that cash. The suspect sped off on Moody Boulevard. A motorcycle officer stopped him, and then the pursuit began. At one point, the driver tried to evade the officer, but ended up hitting his motorcycle. The officer fell off and then the suspect drove away. The officer has non-life-threatening injuries. Police are now trying to find the driver of a silver four-door sedan.
One man is dead. A woman is in the hospital after an SUV crashes into a canal full of water in Kettleman City. The CHP says it all happened in the area of Highway 41 and Quill Avenue around 3:40 Wednesday afternoon. The woman tried to pass a big rig in heavy traffic and ended up clipping the truck. The impact sent the SUV into the canal. The woman was given CPR and airlifted to the hospital. The man died at the scene.
If you're hitting the roads to travel this week, and the CHP is going to be out in full force. Their maximum enforcement period started at 6 last night. It runs until Sunday at midnight. Every available officer is going to be out looking for speeding, drunk, or distracted drivers. Last year during this period, there were over 1,000 DUI arrests in California. That is an increase of almost 150 compared to 2020. In each of the past 2 years, there have been more than 30 deaths on California roads during just the Thanksgiving weekend.
Drive safe, reduce your speed, give yourself enough time to get to your families or any location you need to go to. Don't drink and drive, and don't text and drive as well.
AAA advises leaving before 10 a.m. this morning to avoid as much traffic as possible.
Holiday travel is well underway. Hopefully everyone made it to their destination safely, but expect busy airports coming up and busy roads and just buses this week as millions of Americans are getting their holiday destinations. They're getting to their holiday destinations. On Fresno's highways, accidents like these have kept police busy this week. And over at Fresno Yosemite International Airport, officials say that things have been running pretty smoothly, but they have seen an increase in travelers. Also, Amtrak is seeing an uptick in customers taking the train.
Immediately following Thanksgiving, the Sunday following Thanksgiving is our busiest time of the year every year. But then we continue to remain busy throughout the holidays as well. I think there's a lot of reasons. I think the holidays bring a lot of stress in getting on the trains, and you're able to relax and let someone else take the wheel.
Well, they advise that those taking the train to visit loved ones to plan ahead of time and just take your time. TSA also has a website, tsa.gov. You can find more travel tips over there. Well, the Central Valley High School Marching Band getting the experience of a lifetime.
Members of the Clovis North Marching Band, they are performing in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade this morning. You see them right there. They're one of 5 high school bands from across the country who were picked to perform after a competitive audition process. They were chosen, one of 5, chosen from 100 other marching bands. The group of 130 students from that school are marching near Central Park this morning. They may be marching right now. We're going to try to find out. They say they are going to play songs to represent the Golden State.
We'll be playing some California Dreamin' on TV. We want to support California. There's not a lot of bands from California who've had this opportunity, and it's important to me that we represent our state.
Lesser says the band spent Wednesday exploring New York City, all the sights and sounds, and for many students it was their first time there. After seeing some shows and those bright city lights, he says the students are more excited than ever and ready to take in an experience of a lifetime. The district and parents paid for some of the trip, but Lesser says the trip was made possible by, get this, an anonymous donor who donated $200,000 to help the kids get to this parade.
You can catch the annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade right here on KC24. That's going to basically replay at 9 a.m. because it is live right now. But besides the Clovis North Band, some other familiar faces will include characters from Sesame Street, Blue's Clues, and the famous Corn Kid from TikTok riding on the top of his Colonel Caravan. So please stay tuned after sunrise and then the Today Show. You can catch the parade right here at 9 a.m. while you're cooking your dinner. I found out today that Brody does an excellent Elmo impression.
I'm not going to do it.
Please, for Thanksgiving.
I'm not going to do it. Sorry, you guys don't get to. That's only for everyone here. Some things have to be just
we
for
can
us.
see the Clovis Marching Band right now.
See Elmo.
No.
Here we go. This is the Clovis North Marching Band marching in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade live. And again, if you missed it, you're missing the whole thing. Don't worry. It will air in its entirety a little bit later on today here in Fresno, but that was them right there.
And you'll be able to hear it with sound during the parade.
And then, of course, we have SpongeBob.
And Gary.
And Gary right behind them.
I just want to say how special this moment has to be for the marching band. They're in New York City. This is such an iconic parade. There are just thousands and thousands of people on the street watching. They're on national television.
And
How
again,
cool.
They had to audition. They were just one of 5 bands in the entire country picked to be in this parade. That is amazing.
Representing California, Clovis North, you're making the Central Valley proud. We're so excited for you. And just to be across the country in the biggest city in the U.S. with all your friends.
Yes.
That is so cool. So we can't wait to see more pictures and actually see you on TV here locally when it replays. KC24 Sunrise Time is 6:40.
Still ahead, a text sent 7 years ago has turned into a Thanksgiving tradition. Again, this year, we're going to remind you of this story next.
Love this story.
I heard cheering from down the hall for the Clovis Marching Band. That's how excited we are here. What's exciting? It's going to be a little warm for the holiday. First, your 40 allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. Elm and juniper are the top pollens. We are on the low range through Sunday. I'll show you the spring-like conditions for Thanksgiving as KC Sunrise continues.
NBC and Peacock are serving up an NFL football nightcap. Touchdown! Patriots! Wow! Vikings! Glad you're with us for the last course. Off we go. Tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Hide all your gifts. Protect your holiday tree. How the Grinch Stole Christmas is coming to NBC.
I must stop Christmas from coming.
The Grinch on Friday will be must-see, followed by Trolls Holiday Comedy on NBC.
Hi, I'm Bobby Jones. I opened up Barbecue Bob to give back to the community I love. We have all your barbecue favorites, covered in our secret sauce, smoked in our Big Daddy pit, and paired with perfect sides and desserts. You'll be back for more.
When the door's off track, it can be a situation that's very dangerous, but here at Precision, we have everything that we need to take care of that. Our trucks are like a warehouse on wheels. We can fix any make, any model, usually the same day.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Black Friday is finally here. And More Furniture for Less has the massive savings you've been waiting for.
Shop early at 9 a.m. for special savings and the best selection of our doorbuster deals and latest arrivals.
The furniture you want for the holidays is all on sale and ready for delivery.
But don't wait. Hurry in for 12 special hours from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Friday.
Preview all Black Friday doorbusters at morefurniture.com.
Your feet, not something you think about every day, right? But when something happens to them, where do you go? Stockdale Podiatry Group. That's where. They understand that foot disorders are painful and complex. That's why they use the most advanced technology to diagnose all kinds of disorders. Come see us in our new Visalia location and find out the answers to your aching feet. Call 559-624-1405 for an environmentally safe appointment.
Don't let the insurance company push you around. Get a law firm that can push them around. The team at Jacoby & Myers has gotten our clients up to 10 times the insurance company's original offer. Don't settle for less. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
I wish I could trade my car in online.
Well, you can.
You again?
That's right. It's an easy, simple process. Get a firm offer on your vehicle online at FresnoLexus.com.
All online?
That's right. And right now, you can go to FresnoLexus.com and get a firm offer on your vehicle from the comfort of your own home. People love the fact that they don't go through the typical dealership experience. Fill out the information at FresnoLexus.com and get your firm offer on your vehicle today.
You can get a degree from anywhere, but Fresno Pacific University takes you beyond a degree. It's something you can take with you everywhere you go. Find out about our flexible schedules, degree guarantees, or enroll at fpu.edu/beyond.
Well, welcome back on this Thanksgiving morning. It is chilly out there, but we are not under a freeze warning for the valley. Skies are a little hazy. Take a look at this live picture from our Valley Cam powered by Eagle Mountain Casino. This one at our studios. We're going at the Fresno Terminal. If you are flying out the next couple hours out of Fresno, things look pretty good. If you're driving, you might encounter some patchy fog in the Kings County and Tulare counties area. Visalia at 38 degrees this morning, 40 in Fresno, and 36 for Merced. And visibility is about 2 to 5 miles for most of the valley. Some patchy fog towards Hanford. And we're going to be right around 70 degrees for Fresno this afternoon. Other parts of California in the 60s and 70s. Some wind in the Los Angeles area. That's the biggest concern if you're headed south. Excuse me. And if you're headed out to the turkey trot at Woodward Park this morning, it's going to be chilly out there, some patchy fog, but things get underway at 8 o'clock and temperatures in the low 40s. And we're in the 60s for most of the holiday weekend. Next week, though, it's going to be really cold. We'll show you that 70 forecast in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
All right, a Thanksgiving tradition started by accident is still going strong. Jamal Hilton posted on Instagram that he and Wanda Denwelch met up again this year, the 7th year in a row. This all started in 2016 when Wanda texted Jamal thinking that it was her grandson after exchanging photos, and told Dench that he was not her grandson, but asked if he could come anyway. She said yes. Since then, the pair has shared Thanksgiving together in Arizona. Wanda says it was fate when she sent that text years ago.
And that is fantastic. They have kept this tradition up year after year. You see right there, Wanda's husband passed away before last year Thanksgiving, but they still showed up, and he was there in spirit. And yeah, so they are doing it again, once again this year, and it's pretty amazing. A wrong number has turned into an annual tradition.
And a friendship.
A friendship, and if I remember correctly, he got married and brought his wife now as part of it. So it's really cool.
That is so awesome.
And it's one of those things, like everyone, you know, a lot of people have Friendsgiving, right? But for a lot of us, friends are family. I mean, it's you know, it's not a separate thing. They're all part of it. Ruben, what is your favorite, like, Thanksgiving tradition you do?
We don't have major traditions. I'm like one of the few people that actually likes turkey.
Okay.
Apparently a lot of people in our family do not like turkey, but it's always there. Nobody brings any other like meats or other main entrees.
Right.
So
yeah, no honey baked ham, no drinking the juice, none of that.
No, that line was crazy. I was trying to look for certain people out there yesterday driving down Shaw, but didn't see anybody else.
How long was the line?
It was going, what's the restaurant outside?
Limelight.
Limelight.
Yeah, I thought they were going there. But
are you serious?
People love that ham. Caroline, what is your favorite?
You know, actually, a favorite tradition when I'm home is we make, instead of just having cranberry sauce, we make this dish called cranberries in the snow. And it looks more like a dessert, but you eat it with the turkey and with the main course. And it's so good. I made it last year and brought it to a friend's here. I totally forgot about it this year. So my mom just texted me. She's making it right now. I was like, I should have made it. You have to get the fresh cranberries and stuff. It's really good. And I always enjoy that dish.
What is the snow part? Is it just called that, or is it actually
the snow is a mixture of like cream cheese and Cool Whip on top of this like cranberry and Jello mixture. I'm probably explaining that wrong. Maybe it's marshmallow cream. I forget the recipe, but I did make it last year.
Just cream cheese.
It's really good, and you eat it with the main course. It's not a dessert. What's Brody's tradition?
My favorite, I mean, now, like, my family, we're kind of all over the place, but when my family used to get together every year, my Nini, my grandmother, would make pecan sandies, which is like balled up like pecans and dough and then in powdered sugar, and she would always make that early so that me and my brother wouldn't steal some of the food as she's cooking it. She's like, fine, here, have some sugar, have some baked goods, and just munch on that ahead of time.
That's awesome.
Also, we'd always play football. Would you guys?
We've done that a couple times.
We did.
Somebody got really.
I was about to say.
One year
it got way too competitive, so we had to give it up.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Real quick, I'm also one of the few people that like pumpkin pie. It's very controversial.
I love pumpkin pie.
Oh yeah, okay. I like it. I'm in favor of it. I also like seeing the Rockettes in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
There was also one year one of my friends brought a trifle. It was very weird. It kind of ruined everything.
Oh what?
No, what happened?
Yeah, there's just so many different layers.
Was there meat in there?
Yeah, there was meat in there. I don't know why.
It smelled like feet.
I don't even know what that is.
All right, KC24 sunrise time is 6:48.
Oh, is that a movie reference?
No, it's Friends.
Oh, okay. Still ahead. The Paparello house is giving back to the
Jello good.
Valley. We're live there next.
What I see on KC24, stories of everyday people making a big difference and an impact in our community. I see passion. I see a collective driven to make changes in public policy, voicing concerns and advocating issues, making the Valley better for everyone. I see local stories making an impact. So I want to invite you to see it all here every day on KC24 News.
It is the holiday tradition we look forward to every year, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
We're live with the balloons, the floats, all the festivities, and we want you to join us.
Spend your Thanksgiving with us right here on NBC.
Accelerated Urgent Care is now offering rapid COVID testing. Receive your COVID-19 results on site in just 10 minutes. That's right, COVID-19 results in just 10 minutes. Accelerated Urgent Care, expert care on your time.
Les Schwab tires. I'm a constant backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Don't stress, just save up to $200 on select tires with financing at our Les Schwab Fall Tire Sale. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
When I was going through the hardest thing I've ever been through, my mom gave me this ring, and it made me feel powerful, protected. When my sister was going through something really difficult, I knew that I had to give it to her.
It signifies that I'm never alone.
Yeah.
We pass on this ring because we know we're always there for each other.
I love this ring so much. It's our sisterhood.
Bold reflections, inspired by your extraordinary love stories. Jared, love brilliantly.
Determination makes dreams happen.
We make paths that weren't there before.
It doesn't matter how far we have to go.
Or the obstacles we have to overcome.
And even when it seems like we can't go on, you're it.
We learn and we come back stronger than before.
The all-new CR-V Hybrid and CR-V, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
Accelerated Urgent Care is now offering rapid COVID testing. Receive your COVID-19 results on site in just 10 minutes. That's right, COVID-19 results in just 10 minutes. Accelerated Urgent Care, expert care on your time.
Slice fresh sandwiches, pour the subs.
Welcome back on this Thanksgiving morning. It's chilly out there. We're still in the 30s for some parts of the valley, but for the most part, we are staying above the freezing mark. We are not under a freeze warning this morning. 33 in Hanford, 38 in Madera and Visalia, and 40 in Fresno. It is a little hazy out there, but Hanford, there's been some reports of patchy fog. Visibility is down to 2 miles, but in between Fresno, Visalia, Hanford, you might find visibility down to a mile or less. Other than that, no major issues if you're going to be out and about doing some last-minute grocery shopping or if you're leaving the valley for the Thanksgiving Day holiday. Quick look outside to our Valley Cam powered by Eagle Mountain Casino. This one at Tulare Outlets. Things look all right here. Of course, all is quiet here. Things will be very busy with Black Friday tomorrow and pretty much through the end of December for holiday shopping. High pressure is building over us, taking control of our weather patterns. So things are dry, unseasonably warm, fairly nice for the holiday. We are talking about highs in the 70s and even 80s possible in Southern California. The only issue is the way this ridge is set up, it creates a strong offshore flow for Southern California. So if you're traveling south today or even tomorrow to the Los Angeles area, you're going to deal with some gusty winds, especially through the Grapevine, which is part of the Grapevine is under a high wind warning until 3 o'clock this afternoon. There could be some wind gusts of 50, maybe even 60 miles an hour. Other parts of the region, a wind advisory through tomorrow morning. And then there's a fire weather warning because of the very dry conditions. We're talking about humidity levels down to 10% or less. 70 degrees in Fresno today, average is 61, but the record is 78. So it's warm, but it's not record warmth across California. 69 today in Pixley, 71 in Lemoore, 70 in Fresno, 71 for San Joaquin, 70 in Madera, 61 in Yosemite, and 69 in Mariposa, 70 for Chowchilla, 70 for Merced this afternoon. Air quality is still a bit of a concern. It's unhealthy for sensor groups in Fresno, Kings, and Tulare counties. No wood burning at all today in Fresno County. The rest of the valley, it's allowed, but your fireplace must be a clean burning registered device. 7-day forecast shows close to the 70s tomorrow. We're going to have some clouds move in, so that might keep us in the 60s. A little bit cooler for the rest of the holiday weekend, but temperatures are still above average for this time of year. Next week, it gets cold, and our chances of showers are dying down. There might be an isolated shower or two Monday afternoon, but we're going to drop into the 50s for our highs, and overnight lows will drop back into the 30s. Your regional forecast available any time of the day. Just go to yourcentralA.com to check it out. For now, we'll send it back to you.
This Thanksgiving morning, the Poverello House preparing hundreds of warm Thanksgiving meals to those who need it the most.
Gabe Salazar is live at the Poverello House as staff and volunteers prepare all the meals. Good morning.
Yeah, it's been consistently busy all morning, so this is a day to give thanks, but also just a chance to give back to those who need it the most. So here at the Poverello House, volunteers have been at it, busy preparing for today's luncheon. Joining me now is Zach Dara. So when will the luncheon be?
Today's luncheon will be served at 12 o'clock sharp, and we'll have a wonderful traditional Thanksgiving menu today.
What is it like for you seeing volunteers who give selflessly of their time to prepare meals, 300 meals for those who need a warm meal this Thanksgiving?
It's really special. People could be doing anything this morning. They could be sleeping in, watching the parade, watching the morning news, whatever it might be, but they gave up that morning to come here to serve others, and we believe that's very transformational here at Poverello House.
And as we take a look around, you can see volunteers range in different ages, from people in their 20s to people as young as 9 years old. Like we spoke to Josiah earlier today. He woke up at 4 in the morning to give up his time to help people this morning. You guys rely a lot on donations, right? Whether it's donating your time, but also physical donations.
Absolutely. So we are always accepting financial donations, of course, which goes right into the work that we do every day. But even right now, it's really cold out, and if someone's living on the street, a blanket or warm clothing can really mean life or death for them here on the streets of Fresno. So people can bring things down to our G Street entrance anytime, and we'll make sure those get to people in need.
Yeah, such an amazing mission that you guys strive towards, literally life-saving work that you guys do here at the Poverello House. Guys, back to you.
All right, Gabe, it's an amazing thing they're doing.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. KC24 sunrise time is 6:55.
We'll be right back.
Know an inspiring educator? Go to yourcentralvalley.com and tell us. Each week, KC24 News honors one exceptional local educator. They win supplies for their classroom and are added to the Teacher's Honor Wall at Fresno State. We applaud, we honor, we celebrate. Educator of the Week, Wednesdays on KC24. Brought to you by Educational Employees Credit Union, Fresno County Superintendent of Schools, and Tulare County Office of Education. It's the grand holidays at the Tulare Outlet Center. Gear up for the holiday season with KC24 and find the best holiday deals for all the trending brands and clothing stores at the Tulare Outlet Center. Tonight at 9 p.m. on KC24.
I am a remarkable woman.
Central Valley is home to so many powerful women, and we want to know about the remarkable women in your life. Go to yourcentralvalley.com/contest and nominate a tireless changemaker in your community. KC24 proudly celebrates remarkable women.
Car wreck? You need to call the heavy hitters. Why? Because we have the power of more. We'll tell the insurance company why you should get more. And we'll fight to get it for you. Call the Curtis Legal Group and get the power of more.
Call 1-800-LAW-3080.
Going halfway isn't the best way. Especially when it comes to COVID-19 protection. Stay up to date on vaccines and boosters. Visit myturn.ca.gov to find one near you.
How to holiday the Bob's way. You look exhausted, Mr. Gnome. All those Black Friday and Cyber Monday gimmicks, it's enough to make your head spin. Take a break from the chaos and make Bob's Discount Furniture your holiday haven. Enjoy the respite of haggle-free shopping, affordable furniture made even more attainable with financing options to fit your budget, and stress-free gifting with oodles of in-stock and ready-to-ship gifts you know will make it on time. So enjoy less head spinning and more savings during the holidays. Okay, that looks fun. Skip the shopping mayhem. Holiday the Bob's way.
Chances are we've already met. But when we meet here, this is where our worlds will come together. Cahuilla Health is built for this moment in your life. We are courageous, resilient, ready. Health is our passion, and excellence is always our focus. Because when you come in here, our priority is to get you back out there.
Cahuilla Health, more than medicine, life.
Car wreck? You need to call the heavy hitters. Why? Because we have the power of more. We'll tell the insurance company why you should get more. And we'll fight to get it for you. Call the Curtis Legal Group and get the power of more.
Call 1-800-LAW-3080.
KC24 News is brought to you in part by Tulare Outlets.
Well, here's a look at today's top story. Clovis North marching in the 96th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade this morning. They were one of just 5 high school bands from around the country who got picked to perform. They actually had a full dress rehearsal this morning at 3 a.m. Eastern Time. The group of 130 kids will play songs to represent the Golden State. The band spent Wednesday exploring New York City. They're going to continue to sightsee after the parade. You can catch the parade and that band right here on KC24 a little bit later this morning.
And it's cold out there this morning, but not as cold as the past few mornings. Quick look outside to our valley cam. This one at Meadow Lakes in Fresno County. We're looking down towards the valley floor. It's a mixture of haze and some patchy fog out there this morning, but blue skies at the top of the screen, so plenty of sunshine on the highest terrain of the Sierra. But the valley floor, we are going to deal with that hazy sunshine. Some patchy fog in the South Valley this morning. That will clear in the next few hours, and our temperatures by noon will be in the low 60s. Highs today right around 70 degrees. We're a good 10 degrees above average for this time of year, but records are actually close to 80 degrees. Pretty much the same tomorrow. We'll see a few clouds move in late in the afternoon into early Saturday. Mid-60s for the rest of the holiday weekend. Still mild for this time of year. Next week it gets cold really fast, but our chances of showers are dying down. It just might be a light sprinkle Monday afternoon, but highs in the 50s and overnight lows drop back into the 30s. We'll send it back to you on this Thanksgiving morning.
I remembered more foods I want today. Yams. Some candied yams.
Wow, that's my least favorite
cauliflower
dish.
Casserole. What? Sweet potato yams. Stay tuned for the Today Show. That's on next.
Yes, we will not be back here at 11. Happy Thanksgiving.
Good morning. It's Thursday. It is Thanksgiving celebration set to take place across the country from dinner tables to city streets.
And look at us. We got a prime spot. We're right here in Herald Square, one of our favorite holiday traditions. You know what? It's a great day for a parade. It's November 24th, and this is today. Happy Thanksgiving. More than 3 million people set to fill New York City streets to watch Macy's annual Thanksgiving Day Parade. The giant balloons are in the air. The floats are ready to roll, along with marching bands, musical acts, and stars from Broadway to Hollywood. And New York's finest, putting safety first.
We are here in the air. We are here in the crowds. We're here along the route. We're here to keep you safe.
We're there as the clock ticks down to go time. Breaking overnight, new details in the horrific Walmart shooting in Chesapeake, Virginia. The gunman, an employee. All 6 of his victims, fellow workers at the store. This morning, we now know their names as survivors share what happened in that break room where things turned deadly.
He looks at me and he puts the gun up in the air.
Still searching, police working around the clock in Moscow, Idaho, without a suspect in the quadruple murder that devastated the college campus almost 2 weeks ago. The investigation weighing heavily on this community.
Moscow's my home. And I know we won't be defined by tragedy, but how we respond to it.
This morning, students on break hoping that response comes with answers as they debate whether or not to return to campus. Those stories plus taste of home. They've got turkey and pumpkin pie, but for American troops abroad, this Thanksgiving, they won't be gathering around the family table. We'll take a look at how our servicemen and women are mixing traditions old and new while serving our country. And holiday hacks from cleaning to cooking and carving. We've got your guide to all the last-minute questions that pop up when Thanksgiving's at your house. And the surprising reason to keep shaving cream on hand. All you need to know to make your turkey day a huge success. Today, Thursday, November 24th, 2022.
From NBC News, this is a special edition of Today with Savannah Guthrie and Hoda Kotb, live from Herald Square in New York City.
Oh, good morning, good morning. So good to see you. Welcome to Today. We're so happy that you're joining us. It's Thanksgiving morning. We're right here in Herald Square. We're in New York City, smack in front of Macy's. There's a lot that's happening behind us. We got the Lion King ready to get going. It is the 96th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
What a gorgeous, picture-perfect morning. Happy Thanksgiving. We are so happy to be here. The countdown is on to the big balloons, the amazing floats and performers, and, of course, the marching bands. The parade begins in about 2 hours. And on this day of thanks, we are so grateful for lots of things. But Craig and Chanel, you are at the top of the list, holding it down in Studio 1A. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving.
Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Craig said when we sat down, he said, gosh, they look good this morning, don't they? You do. You guys are shining bright this morning.
Well, I got to tell you guys, it's electric down here. The stuff hasn't even started. They're about to start rehearsals. The crowds are